Welcome back to one of my favorite sports podcasts, Frizz and the Grizz, with your host Trudeau and my guy, D Frizzy Frizz.
Hello and welcome back to Frizz and the Grizz. It's your boy Trudeau. Thank you for joining us live Monday, August 17th. You can catch us live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Hook your boys up Follow that Twitch handle at dfrizzy_frizz5. And if you're only watching live and want the whole show next day on podcast, you know where to go. Apple, Spotify, all those good places. Last little plug, shameless plug. Don't forget to check out the TikTok at Frizz and the Grizz for all of your content, all your hot takes, and to dunk on D, of course, after the show. Great show for you today. We're going to talk NFL. It is the season. Games are going on, preseason that is. This is a great time to kind of look ahead to what's to come. We're going to talk some NFL over-unders. We have 8 teams picked to discuss, and we are going to predict the over-unders. And just a full disclosure, I have no idea what the actual Vegas line is. D has no actual idea what the line is. We're going to do our best attempt to guess at this thing. Enough of me talking, though. D, what it do?
'Tis the season. I almost wanted to say to be jolly, honestly, because
You are jolly, man.
I am very happy. I am extremely happy that football season is back. It's so weird because like I was talking to Al about it, and I was like, "Yeah, football season is here," and I was like, "Wait a minute, like it's like a snap of the fingers." Like it felt like it was going to be another month, 2 months before we could get back into like talking to some football, but it's here, man. Like it's back like it never left.
2 weeks. We're 2 weeks away from NFL football.
Yeah. Crazy.
I'm so happy.
Couple of Saturdays away from college football. Like they're already setting up camp. Like, you can like walk outside first thing in the morning and like it's a little dewy out, the grass is a little wet. You walk out, you go bring the dog out, or you're just an early morning walker and you just smell the wet grass and you're just like, that's camp weather right there. It like brings you back, at least for me, the summers of not even just Dartmouth, just summers at Taunton High, of being like, smells like camps around the corner. Like it just brings you back. Brings you back.
Hell yeah, man. Oh, random question for you. Speaking of football, I was listening to the Simmons podcast and they were doing a ranking of best sports to have as a parent, best parent sports. So like, you're not participating, but like as a parent, what's the best sport for your kid to get into? And they talked about like football and like the idea of like, there are people who regret playing football. I'm curious, do you have any regrets? And secondarily to that, I'm guessing the answer is no, but here's my other question, my serious question. If you could have taken less dedication from football, so you just dedicated less time to play football and put it into another sport, what would it be? I think I know what the answer is.
So the answer to do I regret playing football is absolutely not. I think outside of just like the bond that you get brother-wise from people playing football alongside of each other, it's like the mental toughness of like, remember we grew up in the Oklahoma days. Like you lay down, he lays down, helmet to helmet, get up, and whoever can just bash the other person and like outwill you, like you're the tougher guy. So like that's what I grew up on. That's what you grew up on. So like I think that I wouldn't give that up because it helped mold who I am today. What if I could dedicate a little bit more to a different sport? 1,000%, it would have been volleyball. It would have 100%.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Like, I don't think people understand how amazing, like football is on a scale of 1 to 10. When I'm on the field, I'm at 100. Like, it's just you get a certain feeling. You're like, I'm that dude on this field. Doesn't matter what position you play. Doesn't matter what your record is. You just feel like that. Volleyball surpassed basketball for me, of like when I was on the court and just my setter would bump set for me to spike. You just got this like, oh, I'm fucking this shit up. Like I'm above the net and I'm looking at my prey and just bang, and it's organized. It's not gym volleyball. Like there's plays, there's calls, there's certain people covering the way you dig, the way you block, the way you set, all that. Yes, I would have, if I wasn't 5'9", 5'10", if I could have been 6 foot and too short to be like dominant in basketball, but tall enough to be nasty in volleyball. Yeah, I would have definitely spent more time playing volleyball.
Yeah, and the thing too about football is like once you get to a certain age, it's done. You can't
play it again. Yeah,
you play again. Like after college, like that's it. I'm hanging up the cleats. With volleyball, like there's still adult leagues. Basketball you can play throughout your life to a certain extent. Soccer to an extent as well. Like if you get into tennis, like you're playing that till you're 60 years old. Like
they kind of got something new for tennis.
Yeah,
it's not for me, but they got it.
That's the only thing I regret about football is like, there's a short life to playing the sport. So like you've dedicated many years of your life to learn this activity. and there's a certain expiration date where you just can't play anymore, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is.
Yeah. The way you just put that, I was like, damn, there's so many people that like after high school, it's just done.
Yeah.
Like you said, college, you are like I know that some people joke around, it's D3, you pay to go play. Like you still got to make a team, and there's like 100 of them like out there. So it's like you got to be good enough to make a team at a D3 level. And like, if you don't, you're just done after high school.
Yeah.
Like you're never picking up a football again in like a structured setting. Yeah, you go play, men's league, but it's not the same. It's like it's not the same playing men's league as it is high school or even college.
I just want to pick your brain on that because I thought it was an interesting conversation that Simmons had. I'm like,
Good
I wonder
question.
what he would have said. All right, let's talk some football since we're talking a lot of football already. All right, as I alluded to at the top of the show, we're going to cover 8 NFL teams. If you want to see the full list of teams, check out the Chiron at the bottom. They're scrolling by. The activity is this. I have not seen the over-unders. D has not seen the over-unders. We're going to ask Google to pull them up as we go along because I want to be surprised as well. We're both going to give our over-under for a given team and kind of what our reasoning is. So it's a good way to kind of preview the show for us or the season for us. And at the end of this, we'll go through 8 teams, and whoever's closest, through the whole activity will be crowned the winner of this game. Does that sound fair?
It does, but I know I'm going to be way off, but I'm all for it.
All right. I think I'll just pick the first one, and then we'll go. You can pick the next one. We'll just go, alternating order. I think the first one, naturally, because we do have a lot of people who watch and listen from the New England area, should be the New England Patriots. Right?
I like it.
An amazing season in 2025, 26, right? They went from being at bottom 3, I think they were 3rd or 4th in that draft, to making a Super Bowl. 14 wins. They finished 14-13. 14. Why did I say 14-13? 14-3. That's a lot of games they played. 14-3. And the question is, what type of season should they expect 26-27? I thought about this a lot. They did add talent. Like that is a fact. They added AJ Brown via trade. So they got a number 1 wide receiver for Drake May. They get Romeo Dobbs. They add some safety help and Kevin Byard. And they added Elijah Varntucker in the interior line. So like some of the weaknesses they faced last year, right? Shoring up Drake May, giving him more passing options. They still have 2 great running backs. I don't know if you want to dunk on Stevenson, that's fine. But like this offense should be better, and the defense did not get much worse. They're not going 14-13.
14-3.
Why do I keep saying 14?
I don't know, but I was ready to correct you that time.
I'm not a Patriots fan, so I'm just going to dunk on and give them losses. Here's the thing: last year they had maybe one of the top 3 easiest schedules in the league, because they finished in the bottom of the barrel. They win the division, means they have the number 1 first place schedule. Their strength of schedule this year, now high numbers are bad. 27. So out of 32 teams, they have the 5th most difficult schedule, the New England Patriots this year. D, I predicted their Vegas over-under, and maybe I'm being mean because I think they win 10 games. I think Vegas puts them at 9.5.
Ooh, see, I'm terrible with the halves. I think I'm unfortunately going to have to agree with you. My Price is Right me. I said 9.
So you can't go whole numbers. You have to do a half.
Okay, so it's half. Okay, so
you're either 8.5 or 9.5 then.
I'm not giving them 10.5 wins, not this season. I think that I'll say 8.5 then.
So you're 8.5. You think this Patriots over under is 8? I think that's too low. I think
they're closer to 8.5 than they are to 10.5. I think they're closer to 8 wins than they are to 11.
All right, well, let's find out together. The DraftKings has them set at, wow, interesting, but that makes sense. So DraftKings has them over underline at 10.5.
Okay,
but it's minus 140.
So that means
that
they want you to try to bet it because we're gonna make some money off of it because they're not gonna get there.
Minus 140 means a lot of people are betting under 10.5. So I think the general public in Vegas agrees the Patriots are about a 10-win team this year. So that's I was pretty close. I thought 10 wins. I thought maybe Vegas was set at 9.5 to get people to take the over, but instead they're going 10.5 to take the under there. So D, that would be you're off by 2. I'm off by 1, so I'll give myself 1 and you 2. So see how this worked. Now, do you have any reasons why you would put them, because you have them lower than me? You said 8.5.
So you said one of the top 3 easiest schedules in the league last year. You're not giving enough credit.
Hardest this year.
No, not just that. They had a historically easy schedule, like one of the easiest schedules in the history of the NFL. That doesn't come across again. They got better. And somebody said this earlier today. I was like, I hope you guys understand how much sense this makes. You can be a better team and have a worse record than your previous year. And it's possible because they're starting off this season facing the champs, the Seahawks, who whooped their ass.
Okay.
But they're playing in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a game that is going to start off. Sorry, that's a game that's going to make the season start off on the wrong foot if they don't come out the right way. But they got to deal with the Bills. They got the Bears. They got the Packers. They got the Lions. Like they got the Chiefs, the Broncos. They drew a tough schedule, and I don't care about. Cool. You got AJ Brown. You got another wide receiver. I don't worry about that. It's now the teams that you have to face. Yeah, you could beat the Jets. You can beat the Dolphins. But you're most likely going to split or get swept by the Bills. You're not going to sweep the Bills. That's just not going to happen. And you have other teams they're just better than you. Even if they're not in the AFC, they're just better than you.
So I told you I did a lot of research for this activity, and I wrote down as a note for the Patriots. I went through their whole schedule, and if you give them a sweep against the Jets and the Dolphins, I counted 6 scheduled wins, meaning like they're playing a cupcake team that they should be more than a touchdown favorite against. So there's 6 easy wins for the Patriots if they sweep the Jets and the Dolphins, which again, they're bad teams, but like interdivision, weird things happen.
Yeah.
Let's say they split against the Bills. So that's 7 wins.
So you're saying they're 5-1.
They're 5-1, but then they have to, the next weakest team on the Patriots schedule, because I think I said the
Vikings.
The Vikings, maybe, but like that's not an easy out. There are no easy outs this year for the Patriots. Like,
no, and like I know people will clown to be like, we're gonna whoop the Steelers and we're gonna whoop the Jaguars. Like the Patriots have never historically just whooped the Steelers, even when they had Tom Brady. And like you can't say, well, we had Brady and they had Ben, so like Ben made it harder. Like Aaron Rodgers is still over there. Like, he's not something to sleep on. Like he's still a good quarterback. And the Jaguars are fresh off of, an AFC South championship. Like, these are good teams. And I'm not saying that the Patriots aren't better. To me, 10.5 seems like, again, you're saying that they want people to bet. People are betting the under that because they don't believe in it. I think they are closer to an 8-win, 9-win team. I would have said 9.5, but you said can't split. So like I believe they are closer to an 8 to 9 win team than they are a 10 to 11 win team.
So you're an 8. That's why you picked 8.5, because you split the middle there. You're somewhere in there, yeah. And I have a feeling that the Vegas line will drop to 9.5 by the season start, because it seems like the money's coming heavily on under 10.5, which I think 10's a reasonable number. And this is not to disparage the Patriots. Like we both agree, they're better this year. Drake May should be better. There are reasons health wise why they look so poor in the Super Bowl, but like this is by far one of the more difficult schedules I've seen in a very long time. All right, D, where do you want to go next for the next team?
So it's my choice, or I get to choose off of yours?
You can pick, well, from the 8 we've discussed before the show, you can pick any of the 7 remaining.
All right, so I'm going to go with one of yours because I like your choices. Let's check out the Bears.
Okay, make your case, and what's your prediction for the Bears over under?
So the Bears last season were a darling, right? You had Ben Johnson come in, Caleb Williams play the way that he played, and you didn't really have a target on your back, essentially. But now you do. I was going to say the Dolphins. My goodness, the Bears have in their division the Lions, the Packers, and the Vikings. The Vikings are the only team that are like,
But they have a great defense too, by the way.
They do. They always cause problems because of it. I think even with the additions that they've had, Ben Johnson having another season, I think Vegas is going to put them at 10.5 this season.
Okay. I like it. So I'm going to be very upfront with you. I was a little more pessimistic on the Bears than you were. I'm glad we haven't agreed yet. I'll just spoil the punchline here is I had the Bears at 9.5 wins.
Okay.
Over under. So like I think it'll be either 9 or 10 wins. Probably 10, but I could see 9 easily. A couple of things. Number one, that division is the most difficult division in the NFL right now. They didn't do a ton. Like they brought in some guys on their defense. The defense should be slightly improved. You would think like positive defense slightly improved for the Bears. You hope to see another leap with Caleb Williams, another year with Ben Johnson, right? We remember last training camp, Caleb looked like a deer in the headlights with this Ben Johnson system. He has a full year under his belt with Ben Johnson. You would expect this offense takes a step forward. This is where I got a little sour on it. We talked about the Patriots. Strength of schedule 27. So it's 27th hardest schedule out of 32 teams in the NFL. Well, the Bears are 32 out of 32.
Oh, they have the worst schedule. Hey.
They have the most difficult schedule in football. I need to check, but I'm sure a lot of them are going to be primetime games as well, which gives added pressure. And like I love Caleb. It's a big Caleb question too, because Caleb can make some of the most insane, beautiful throws that you'll ever see, but then he'll miss like a 5-yard check down, right? So it's like, can he clean up some of the easier things that he has to do? So I have 9.5. You have 10.5. My guess is you'll probably be right on the money because I think Vegas will be a little more kindly to the Patriots. I think people will the Bears. I think people will be putting money on the Bears. Their over-under is 9.5. Let's fucking go.
This is ugly.
Not only, so this is interesting. So DraftKings has the over-under at 9.5 for the Bears, which that's what my guess was. Your question, D, my question to you. Do you think more money is coming in on the over or the under of that 9.5?
It's got to be on the under because you had just mentioned their schedule. I don't think that there's a lot of people that are going to bet that I don't believe that they're 11-12. Like I said, the way that I'm looking at it is, are you closer to exceeding expectation or being below expectation? And I think the Bears going out there and winning 11-12 games this season, even without this schedule, as I'm looking at it, you said they had a lot of primetime games. They got 4, not including if the Minnesota game at the end of the season is flexed to a prime time. So like that's a lot of 8 o'clock kickoffs. Got to be ready for those. So I think they are closer to the Taylor end 9-8 wins, not in a regression, because you can be a better team, like we just said, instead of a worse record than having an 11-12 win season. 11-12 for them is going to be a lot.
Yeah, I don't think they got better as far as bringing in a ton of blue chip.
No, it's just it's all chemistry for them.
Yeah, they got better as the fact that their players should level up because they have a lot of young guys on the team.
Yes.
Including all their skill guys as well. So it's interesting. Before we go to the next team, just a quick question. The Bears won the division last year. Vegas has them at 9.5, and people are putting money under. So the betting public thinks closer to 9 wins. If that's the case, who wins that division?
I think the sneak up team this year is going to be the Lions.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think you now have Jameer as your number one. We know how good Jameson Williams is going to be. Aiden Hutchinson is going to have a full season being healthy. Jordan Love and the Packers, I didn't send you the image, but like we talk about how good their offense is, and they're ranked as like 27th worst wide receiver core because you just never know who's going to actually be good. Christian Watson one day, the next could be somebody else. The Vikings, I think, will be the worst team, obviously, in the division. But I think the Lions, their only difference was 2 games. I think the Lions end up taking the NFC North this year.
I would probably lean Packers. I'm pulling up the odds right now. The Lions are favored to win, plus 170, but very, very close behind them at plus 225 over the Packers. So the Lions and the Packers over-unders are both at 10.5. Interesting. So Vegas has the Bears as finishing 3rd in that division. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we picked 2 good teams from last year. Let's switch it up a little bit. I'm going to pick next from our list. I'm gonna pick one of our teams from last year that was bad, like probably the worst team. I'm interested in the New York Giants over under, because this one I don't know. This was probably the one I felt the least confident about predicting.
Yeah.
Since I picked it, I will kick us off first. This is a team that improved on paper, right? There's a lot of positives for the Giants. Let's just first outline last year how it went. 14. Wow. 4-13.
4. Yeah.
I keep putting a 1 in front of every number. 4-13 were the Giants last year. They had a lot of additions, right? They bring in Arvell Reese, top 5 pick in the draft. They bring in Francis Mauaga, guard from Miami. I'm going to say an addition as Malik Neighbors because he missed the entirety of last year. So, like, it is an addition back to their active roster. And then they get a Super Bowl winning head coach, more of a management type head coach, in John Harbaugh now taking the helm of the Giants. So you would assume like maybe more of a well-run organization with New York Giants this year. They lose Dexter Lawrence, Wan'Dale Robinson. Those are the two kind of like guys that I saw from their departures that really stuck out, but like doesn't really move the needle that much. Maybe Dexter Lawrence, but on paper, better. Strength of schedule for the Giants, dead in the middle, 16 out of 32. They have the most neutral strength of schedule in the league, so it's not going to affect this decision. I picked their over-under, what I think Vegas has them set at, because I think this is either a 6 or 7 win team. I think we've seen enough with Jackson Dart where it's like there could be enough positive flashes where he's going to surprise people in certain games and he's going to lose you some games. I think Jackson Dart with Malik Neighbors, with in theory an slightly improved defense, a team that might be able to take more leads this year if Jackson Dart does show up and show out. If this team does have the ability to get a lead this year, because that was their biggest thing last year. They had this NASCAR package that should rush the passer, but they're down by 30 points in every game, so like you can't rush the passer. I think there's optimism that they do improve, so I think it's either 6 or 7. I'm going 6.5.
You built the biggest case for them to win 2 more games than they did last season. I had 6.5. Okay. So like I agree with you, but like for the sake of the game, I'll say
no. 6.5 is fine. Go with your gut, D.
Oh, I thought I couldn't do that. I didn't do that. Then why did I switch from the Patriots? I said 9.5.
Okay, then I won't ding you for that. I'll erase the little mark.
All right. I had 6.5, and reason being, I know you made a lot of good points about like the improvements. They didn't fix their secondary. You just talked about them giving up 30 points per game. They did nothing to fix their secondary, and bringing in John Harbaugh doesn't make them be able to cover the post. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't fix that issue. Yes. Go ahead.
I will say this though. Did they fix the secondary? No. But a DB's best friend is a good pass rush, man. So
you got to be up to get a pass rush. I'm going off of what you just said.
That's the hope. That the hope is the offense with Malik Neighbors and Jackson Dart proving, knock on wood, that they should have more offensive firepower and then put teams in passing situations.
I want to believe in the Giants. I think it's a fun team. It'll definitely be an energetic type of offense. Just look at Malik, Cam, Jackson. Like those are 3 good. Yeah, that's fun. That's a great word to use. That's a fun team to watch. Even if you're not a fan of the Giants, like you'll tune in and just see what they do on a drive, just because you got a lot of explosiveness. It's kind of back to the old. Yeah, I can't remember. Like Shane, I don't think it's Shane Vereen. I know that they had a running back, but it was the day with Eli.
Brandon Jacobs.
No. They had a good running back, a flashy running back when it was Beckham, Eli, and there was somebody else. It's like that's what you kind of reminded of. I don't see them getting like 2 more wins than they had last season. I think it's closer to that 6.5 type of winning. I looked at their schedule and that's what I was just went one by one. I'm like win, loss, win. And it's like, yeah, you might be able to beat teams like the Commanders. I think you can do that. But they also draw, I think this season they draw the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams. Like those are not. Yeah, like they, and then they got their division, which is the Cowboys and the Eagles. Like, so you will definitely play hard against those teams, but you're not That's not an easy schedule to go up against with a new head coach, returning injured players. Jackson Dart got his block knocked off in the preseason. Like, so you got not saying you have O-line issues, but like you got things that you gotta, if you improve, if you go from 2 wins to 4 wins to 6, maybe 7 wins, like that's getting better. You're not just gonna go from 4 wins to what the Patriots did last year. That's not the blueprint. You don't go in the NFL. You typically don't go from 3 to 4 wins to 13. It doesn't happen like that overnight. There's so many teams get better. So like if you're improving from 3 wins 2 years ago to 4 wins last season to 6, maybe 7 this year, like that's an improvement that you could be happy about. So I think if they have a line I think that the line for Vegas is 6.5. At least that's my thought.
We both have. All right, let's hit it up. The Vegas DraftKings. Wow.
It can't be 7. Don't say 7.
I am surprised. Double L's on this one. I'm hitting the under on this one. The regular season over under win total for the Giants is 7.5. So Vegas has between 7 and 8 wins.
Yeah. I think
could you squeak
like out a 7th? Yeah, but could you squeak out a 7th? Yes. Like I went 1 by 1. I was like, you can take care of the Titans.
You squeak out an 8th win. That's the question. Can you get to 8?
No, I'm betting the under on that one. Yeah, 100% betting the under. Absolutely.
That one I was surprised by.
Nice.
By the way, just something to ponder for later. I'm just gonna bring this back up maybe later on the show. There is typically always a team that surprises you every year, that comes out of obscurity and is either like barely making the wild card or like very firmly in the hunt, at the end of the season. Just think about it. Are there any teams that do you think could, not saying they will, but could be that come out of nowhere team this year?
But you got to define come out of nowhere. Like, is it you have high expectation and they meet, or just like randomly?
Like you're picking bottom 6 the previous year, and like it's not like a team that just had like their quarterback out, but like you're picking bottom 6 because you're a bad team, and something just turns around, and now you're winning like 9-10 games.
That's tough because most of the teams that are bad are because they had an injured quarterback. So that's a tough one. If you go off of last year, you're surprised because like you're not going to say the Chiefs. That's not a team that's like expected to be bad. You're not going to say the Commanders. The season before they went to the NFC Championship with Jaden Daniels, he was out last year.
Enough. Yeah,
so you can't say that. I don't look at anybody in NFC
last year. The Panthers were last year's like, where did this come from?
Yeah, but that's an 8 and 9 team. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't see the Cardinals. I don't see the Vikings. I don't see Vegas. Like none of the Titans. None of those teams that make me go, oh wow, you guys are 9 wins this season. No, I don't.
I could see.
I'll say the Raiders.
Vikings. I could see the Vikings doing that.
They don't have a quarterback still.
I think Kyler Murray could be serviceable enough.
You know what? Fuck it. Do it live. If he wins that job, yes.
He did win the job.
Right. Is he a starter? I don't know if he's a starter.
Okay. He's been announced the starter.
I thought they were still going back and forth.
No,
if that's the case, then that is the team. That's the team that will be the surprise this season because Kyler Murray, although he runs like a toddler, he knows how to get his number 1 guy the ball. Hit the over on whatever Justin Jefferson targets are this year. He's literally going to just look. He's gonna lock in and Justin Jefferson. He's gonna throw it to him like 10 to 15 times a game. That Kyler Murray will do that. He will cost you games because he fumbles and does dumb shit, but he is going to feed Justin Jefferson this season.
All right, D, you're up for the next selection or nomination.
I don't want to do my team.
You can't do your teams.
I don't want
to. The teams you don't have.
I don't want to. I don't want to do them. So I'm gonna do my team 2.0, the back end side, and just say this one's gonna get weird. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Okay.
And I only say my team just because it's LSU 2.0. That's all. I look fresh off of another Burrow injury. Something's got to give. They got the only team in the division that's returning their coach, although I don't care for Zach Taylor. That does mean something. You're bringing back essentially your core of your team. Chase Brown. That's the running back, right? Was it Chase Brown?
Yeah.
Okay. Chase Brown it exploded as the number 1. Jamar T. Andre Ishovas. He's not a bad slot. I think if they can figure out something on defense, Vegas is going to have them at 9.5 wins. I think Vegas wants them to win 10 games this year.
I feel like I need to give you do I still have it?
The ding.
Yeah, I don't. I need to have it.
We haven't played it in so long. There we go.
I also have 9.5 for the Bengals as my prediction for the Vegas over/under.
They got Dexter Lawrence. I'm not saying that fixes everything, but you got a edge rusher. You got somebody that can cut. I think he's a tackle, but like you got somebody that can create some type of pressure.
6-11 last year, right? You had the Joe Burrow injury again. A lot of the season is just going to hinge on is Joe Burrow healthy. And by the way, I jokingly said this, I think last year before the season, poking fun at Joe Burrow. Oh, why does everyone keep, Joe Burrow's over? What I say? He's overhyped Carson Palmer, right? It was a joke, but like I'm starting to believe that joke because there's so many freaking NFL offseason shows about like who's under the most pressure. Lamar Jackson on the it's like
hold on a second.
No. I know the game is playing. We don't have to
there's a clickbait section that you just started because it ain't never gonna be Burrow, it ain't ever gonna be Allen, it ain't never gonna be your golden boy in LA. Okay? It's always gonna be Lamar and Jalen. So let's pump the brakes on that one, please.
But what I'm trying to get at is like Joe Burrow had one Super Bowl run and that's it. And for the rest of time, it's just been excuses for this man.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, someone has to admit that one of Joe Burrow's greatest strengths, but is also one of his greatest weaknesses, is he holds on to the ball too goddamn long. Blame the offensive line all you want. Get rid of the ball quicker. Okay? And that's why he gets injured. Gonna get off the tangent. Right? If he can stay healthy, they have the third easiest schedule in the league this year because they get to play the Browns twice, the Steelers twice, and I think outside of the division, their non-division games are pretty damn easy too. So like they have a really nice runway. The defense should be in theory improved. Yes, you lost Trey Hendrickson. You bring in Dexter Lawrence to shore up the middle of the run defense. You bring in Jonathan Allen, another defensive tackle. Like you are taking resources and putting it into that middle of the defensive line, which got ran on. I think they were the worst run defense in the league last year. Showing up the weaknesses. Offensive line should be a little improved. Some of the guys they brought in last year get a second year within the system. There were a couple of injuries. Guys are coming back. This team is primed to have a step forward, and that's why I think they're more of like a 9-win team. I think they're 9-10 win team if Joe Burrow is healthy. That's a big if. I think Vegas will also be favorable at 9.5, but I also wouldn't be surprised based on what was it? The Bears? No, there was one of them that was the Giants. The hype train's driving some of these betting lines. I would not be surprised if they're at 10.5, but my official guess with you, wild. My guess with you is 9.5.
See what it is,
and it's loading up. Interesting. So I'm seeing that it's hovering between 9.5 and 10.5.
Okay.
Meaning that the public and the Vegas odds think it's 10 wins, but the money keeps alternating in a way that like it goes up and down. So it's like 10.5 minus 140, and then 9.5, like, like take the over minus 140. I'm going to take that as a W for us.
Right in the middle.
Because it gave me no definitive answer. It's been fluctuating between 9.5, 10.5. I don't see them as a 11 win team though.
11 would be crazy. Is it out of the realm of possibilities? No, if the Bengals can stay healthy.
That's a big if, yeah.
One of the biggest improvements, not even, I want to say improvements, one of the biggest areas that's going to help this team win is not even a Cincinnati Bengals rostered player. It's the fact that Myles Garrett is now away from the Browns. So in a team that hear me out, like a team that would traditionally cause fits for the Steelers, cause fits for the Bengals, and cause fits for the Ravens. It's the Browns with Myles Garrett because it didn't matter who was back there. Lamar Jackson hated playing against them. We all know Aaron Rodgers let the man break the record against him. Like Like these are things that like you don't want to play against the Browns. Nothing against their offense. It's just I hated to have to face the Browns because I got to deal with Myles fucking Garrett.
Yeah.
And now he's not there. So that is an improvement for the Bengals that they don't have to play that play. And like, yeah, you got to deal with TJ Watt and the Steelers if he's healthy. You know what I'm saying? So like the Bengals problems of their O-line is improving by like just what is that, like addition by subtraction? Like,
yeah,
there goes Myles and TJ's probably going to get hurt. So like our team should be better against those two teams because those two guys, one's not there and one of them is usually not there.
By the way, I wanted to maybe, I don't know, soft launch a new segment with you called NFL quarterbacks under the most pressure, presented by ESPN. Do you want to hear my segment idea? So I'll tell you who's under the most pressure: Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, CJ Stroud. We'll throw Jaden Daniels in there, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young.
Yep.
That sound about right?
Let me see if you missed out on anybody, just to double check on this one, because you threw
Kyler
in.
I get those. Kyler
yeah, he's definitely under some pressure. Trying to think. I know that he hasn't gotten the start yet, but like we understand Baker Mayfield might have some issues. So Jalen Daniels is going to be under pressure. If Baker doesn't play, he's going to have a ton of pressure on him. I promise you, he's going to have like so much pressure on him if he doesn't play. If Baker doesn't play, yeah.
Cam Ward under the most pressure.
Cam Ward, yep. I mean, he's only 2 years in, so we got
Penix Jr. I think that's about it. Those are only guys under the pressure right now.
Well, Anthony Richardson, I'm telling you.
Oh.
If they go the route of starting for the Indianapolis Colts, Anthony Richardson, he's going to be under tremendous pressure. I'm saying like career altering, where he may never get another chance because of how much pressure will be on him. I'm telling you, man. Other guys, you're cool. You're smooth sailing. Doesn't matter like what's happened in your career. Like just you guys got another season, you'll be fine.
Like Josh Allen just had a couple bad breaks. Like it's not.
He has nothing to do with it. Like I understand 4 turnovers is a lot, but like his O-line could have fallen on one of the fumbles. You know what I'm saying? Like they chose not to do that. You know, Trevor Lawrence, I get it, 3 turnovers in the playoffs, but
the hair's nice though.
It is. Well, he joked and cut it, and then he didn't actually cut it. So like. We get that. You don't put pressure on them. I know we didn't even talk about Tua. Like, so like if Tua plays in Atlanta, he'll have more pressure than so that, you know,
does Tua count because he's
like, I mean, you can kind of say. So if we don't say Tua, then
pressure on him or not, I don't know.
You know who you forgot to say who has tremendous pressure on him, because like, the expectations are insurmountable. Malik Willis. You know what I'm saying? Like Malik Willis in Miami has, I think, more pressure on him than Josh Allen. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. And that's quarterback.
I can't stand watching it, man.
Under the most pressure presented by ESPN.
Oh my goodness.
Back to our normal programming. Yeah, I didn't know. Do we put pressure? I just don't know. So who picked the last team? Cincinnati. You picked the last team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw one to you. Let's have some fun with this one. New Orleans Saints. I'm curious because you're a homer of the Saints, but you also hate the Saints at the same time. It's a weird relationship where like you hate your quarterback, you just hate what they're doing, but also like if they do good, you get excited. So I don't know what to do with you with this one.
I don't hate my quarterback.
I mean,
he's the quarterback now. He's the guy.
So Saints last season, 6-11. Noted I didn't put 16-11. 6-11 last year. Midway through the year, they switched to Tyler Shuck as their quarterback. Did I say it right? It's not Joe, it's Shuck.
It is Shuck. Yep.
Okay. Tyler Shuck took over. Tyler Shuck was 5-3 in his starts. Granted, I looked into his starts. They played a lot of cupcakes, but we'll just ignore that.
Still won 4-1 to end the season.
He played well. I'm not gonna say he was very good. He played well, which is important. I would hope since he's 58 years old.
26.
I always say this, the Saints have been aggressive in this offseason by adding offensive pieces. They added Travis Etienne. Did it right. Previously Travis Etienne, but Travis Etienne. They went out and get Jordan Tyson in the first round. Now, I will say this. I'm a little worried about my bet right now, or my over-under, because there's news that in their last preseason game, Jordan Tyson came out of the game grabbing his hamstring. Mm-hmm. He is a guy who was flagged in the draft process as having a lot of injuries in college, especially leg injuries, including the hamstring. So it's a little concerning, right? So we don't know what his status is going to be. But in theory, it's a team that showed resilience last year, the Saints team, right? Even in the games they lost with Spencer Rattler, they were frisky. They won a lot of games back at the end of the year. They're showing improvement. They're bringing in talent. And also, strength of schedule, second easiest schedule in the league. So I have the 6-11 Saints. I gave them my predicted over-under for Vegas. I think it's going to be 8.5.
I did the dumb thing, and Vegas is going to do the dumb thing, and they're going to put them at 9.5 wins.
You are high in the Saints, aren't you?
Yeah. I think there's so much hype around them because they are the team that doesn't have an issue going with them in the NFC South. Somebody's got to win it. And I think they are closer to being a better version of the Panthers last year than being a replication of what they were last year. Like, I think they are closer to doing the 8 to 9 wins and getting to 10 because of how bad teams like the Falcons actually are. They are returning the vast majority of their actual starters. Olave got paid. Guess who's going to get force-fed because of it? Tyson's out for 2 months. He's not coming back. He's going to be gone for a while, so don't draft him if you guys saw him. They got Cam Jordan coming back. Chase Young looked really good as an edge rusher. I know it took him a while. He's like 8 years in. He looked good as a pass rusher. I think Vegas is going to do the dumb thing and put them at 9.5 wins. And I'm going to be like, if this team wins 10 games, I'm going to be stressing every game. But the schedule is huge. Schedule is huge.
10 wins seems like a lot, especially since we don't know where Jordan Tyson's going to be week 1. Todd, I'd love to hear your guess because you said anything under 4.
You said 4.
I'm glad Ty's here. We didn't pick the Broncos, but Ty, you know what? Do me a favor in the chat. Give us your Broncos over under.
He's going to say 16.5 and say they're going to go undefeated.
That's my guy. I love him. All right. So let's see. Saints. Who is closer? 8.5 or 9.5?
They did the dumb thing, didn't they?
Nah, they did the extra smart thing. 7.5.
Ooh.
The over is favored. I will say people are putting more money in the over 7.5. But D, you feel confident with 9.5? Are you placing an over bet on the Saints right now?
On 7.5? Yeah, I would. Yes.
All right.
7.5 wins, absolutely.
That's a ding for both of us, but double ding for you for being off by two whole wins.
So they have, for people that are wondering, they have rookie quarterback Vegas. They have the Falcons twice, obviously. The Giants midway through the season. Who knows if Jackson Dart's going to be there? And they got the Browns. I thought your boy played for the Browns. They're not going to start him. They're not going to start him. They're going to start Deshaun. Deshaun's the money. When you got $60 million on the books for one guy, you gotta play him. You know, even if you got to play him in knock on wood. We don't want anybody to get hurt. I think there's a lot of people that be like, no, there's one person that I would want to get hurt. It'd be Deshaun Watson. But you got to put the money out there. You know, when you say Deshaun Watson, you got to put the money out there. If there was if I had a yacht, I'm not balling like that yet. Yeah, if I had a yacht and there was like a gold bar in that safe and it was on fire and it was sinking, I would just say, you know what? Let that motherfucker burn. Like there's no chance from getting on that yacht. I'll just let it sink down to the bottom of the ocean. And you're not wrong. That's the Deshaun Watson. Just let it sink, man. It ain't saving it. No, it's not. He looked terrible in preseason too. That fumble was bad. Fedor didn't look the greatest either. Some check downs, some good throws. So he had one across the middle on a post that was like, as he was getting hit, it was like, that's why he's has the ability to be a starting quarterback. And then he sailed his pick over his intended receiver by like 10 yards. Dylan Gabriel is going to be the future. He looked miserable while he was out there. Oh my God. Like you guys, for everybody that says that Dylan Gabriel is better than Shador, just go watch the last game. I think it was his first throw was an interception. It's like, would you like to have a shit sandwich or a shit sandwich with mayonnaise? I'm good. Either way, I'll pass. Hey, you know what the mission is for the Browns this year? Get the number one pick. Yeah. They're going to go for Arch again. Okay. 12 wins. Realistic. See, I guess Patriots fans are delusional. Broncos fans are realistic.
I haven't done any prep or research for the Broncos. I'm going to say they're at 11.5 wins. Vegas.
Let me go check to see their schedule, and then I'll give my.
We'll circle back. I want to finish close the loop with Ty on this one. So you check the schedule.
All right,
we'll go to the next.
Go to next.
What do you
I'll go right now. I would say if he's got 12.5 with the teams that I'm looking at,
he has 12. So I think 10, 11.5 or between 11.5 or 12.5. He got to.
I'm gonna say 10.5. There's 3 teams. They have the NFC West this season.
DraftKings. Oh, the disrespect for Ty. Vegas has him at 9.5.
Oh,
the disrespect. The 9.5.
Yes, I said they got the. I said they got the NFC West. They got the Rams, 49ers, and Seahawks. That's not easy.
This man's got to put his money where his mouth is, man.
Hey, man.
Pass that over if you believe it.
That's 9.5 is crazy. But they have, this is not an easy schedule. I don't know what they drew the first place schedule. They got the NFC South. Be realistic now. They got the NFC West. I said South. They got the NFC West. So they got the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Rams. Those are not going to be easy games. They start the season with the Chiefs. They got to play the Chiefs twice. Let's say they split. Then they end the season against the Patriots and the Bills.
That's tough, man.
I get it. I'm not saying that they can't, but that's a tough schedule, brother. That is.
Listen,
they drew a first place schedule because of they were in the AFC Championship.
Broncos country, let's ride.
It's been a while.
I'll never let that sound die. All right. Speaking of, you mentioned one of the teams we want to do next. I don't know if I did it last or you did it last. I'll let you pick from the last two. Let's just jump to the San Francisco 49ers because we just mentioned them. I will kick us off since I kind of threw you on the spot here. San Francisco, 12-5 last year. Good record. They add Mike Evans. They add Christian Kirk. They lose Juwan Jennings.
Added Debo.
Okay. Strength of schedule, median, 15. So they're right smack dab in the middle. There's not like a real advantage or disadvantage to their schedule, San Francisco. I checked the injury report before the podcast, and it says something like 20 players were currently.
I'm still seeing all the cues on there right now. Yes, I'm looking at their roster.
And that's one very, very concerning thing. All the injuries already. This team is cursed, the 49ers. There is one injury that's not on the injury report that I'm even more concerned about with the 49ers.
CMC?
Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, yeah. He got in a car accident.
A serious car accident before the preseason and has not been able to do any of this stuff with the team yet to this point. We're 2 weeks away from the season.
Mm-hmm.
He is one of the most important play callers in the NFL. He is what makes this team work offensively.
Yes.
I don't think this San Francisco 49ers team comes anywhere near 12 wins this year. I think I'm being generous with my over-under. I think I could have gone lower. I think I might be off here. I said 10.5 as the line. I think I could have been better suited to doing 9.5. I think they're more around a 10-win team with potential, like the bottom falls out of this team this year. This is maybe just a hot take. I think the 49ers is the team that was successful last year that has the highest probability of just being like, oh shit, we're drafting in the top 8 next year.
I'm not against it. A very similar season to the Chiefs last year, injury-wise. I think that's going to bite them in the ass. I put them at 8.5.
I love it, man.
And I'm probably going to be off with this Vegas-wise, but I didn't even think about the Shanahan injury. I'm just going off of this team. At some point, the bottom's going to fall off. They flirted with every single season Shanahan getting them to 10, 11, 12 wins. Like, didn't matter if it was Brock, if it was Mac Jones back there 2 seasons ago. They had other quarterbacks. Like, they find ways to win. That shit catches up to you at some point. And I think this might be the straw that broke the camel's back season of like, all right, we got to gut this, get rid of these guys that keep showing up on the injured list, and we got to get a healthier, younger team, because it's after a while you look up and go, damn, Dre and Fred are kind of getting old. We just picked up Bosa. He's injury prone. Like, that happens all the time. Yeah, it's cool to have. I love George Kittle, but we know he's going to miss 3 to 4 games this season. It just happens. You picked up Debo fresh off of what he was doing, which was irrelevant. And then Mike Evans fresh off of a knee injury. Like, at some point, I'm not saying, because I don't want to sound like a hater, that they figure it out. They always do. But like, something's got to give at some point.
I'm totally with you, and I love your courageousness to go 8.5, because like I'm with you. My personal feel is like this team's not going to be good this year, and good isn't like from what their expectations have been.
Yeah,
and this team's one of those teams that like goes to the almost Super Bowl and then
every
misses
year.
The playoffs, and then misses the playoffs.
I said that last year. They're either in the NFC Championship or they miss the playoffs. Yeah, there's no in between with them.
Miss the playoff year. I love your pick. I think you'll be right. And not to mention, like, they're like, hey, let's bring in some new wide receivers. We've been injured last year. Lots of injuries. Let's bring in Mike Evans, always healthy, already with a hamstring thing. Let's bring in Debo Samuel, always healthy. Yeah, that guy. And, oh, yeah, let's we need one more guy. Let's find another guy who's just always available. Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk. Yeah, that guy always. Dude, what? The best ability, D.
Is availability.
All right, let's look at this. I feel like we're going to tie this. I think it's going to be 9.5, but we'll see. And if you're right on the money, I'm proud of you. It is currently sitting at 9.5. It opened up at 10.5, and people pounded the under.
Yeah.
So 9.5 is the answer. Yeah, it's moving down.
Comfortable with that. And the closer to the season we get, or throughout the season, and you look at it and they go, hey, these guys are going to finish with 8 wins. These guys could finish with less. It's just I'm not a fan of the structure of this team. I said that their window closed a while ago. They went to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. They didn't win them. Like, they had a chance to. Those are the ones that you got to win for seasons like this. We hyped up Brock Purdy because he was playing well under his contract. Well, guess what? Now he's going to get paid like that. Did he get paid already, or is he still in it? He got paid. Them injuries add up. Them players that you had under contract when he was a rookie, they're gone. Like, these things actually matter. And this is not even taking into account what you said with the coach. I'm going off of just the injury, let alone you're going preseason and potentially the beginning of the season without probably the second best play caller. It's either him or McVay. Yeah. It's one of the two. So, like, you can even say 1A, 1B. Like, they're both that good where there's no offensive coordinator needed. You can make everybody look like an all-pro. Look, he had Mac Jones looking like an actual Pro Bowler, all-pro last year. Like I was saying it, Mac Jones is going to get paid this season because of the way he's playing right now. And, he just came back. So good for him. But that's a bigger impact than most people would give credit to when they say, oh, no, like, it's the players. No, coaching does a lot.
We have 2 teams left, both from the state of Texas. Which one do you want to go with first?
Let's go with the Cowboys, of course.
How about them Cowboys? You want to kick us off?
Of course, because you know how much I hate talking about them, but like, it's America's team, so we got to do it. And Vegas wants people to smash money on this one. There's no explaining it. The defense got a little bit better. Caleb Downs is obviously a great safety. Can't be mad at that. Their offense is returning everybody. One of the more explosive offenses in the league. So even if the defense went from 27th to 20th, they're going to win more games. I think Vegas is going to have them at either 10.5 or 11.5. So give me, with the way that they are, fuck it, do it live. I think Vegas is going to have them at 11.5 this season. Yeah.
I'm shook, man. This is the one that we are the farthest apart on.
You have them at like 7 wins?
I have the Cowboys. I think their over-under is going to be 8.5.
No, there's no chance. You understand the hype. You're the betting guy. The Cowboys, the Yankees, the Lakers, and who's the other team? There's another team that you said that
probably
always are going to have high expectation betting lines for people to be like, yeah, of course they're going to win. Of course they're going to win. Put my money on them because they're going to win. Vegas is going to say this is a 12-win team.
Okay. Let me just put up my case.
Yeah.
7-9 last year. Like, I'm still shocked at what you said. Did you say 11.5?
11.5.
Jesus Christ. Strength of schedule right in the middle. Median schedule 13. I do think their defense is going to take a step forward. Like, You said they
They
added
will.
a safety who's good in Caleb Downs. Like, I think the impact of Caleb Downs is criminally underrated. He is a player who is not going to make flashy plays. He's not going to rack up interceptions and a ton of tackles. What Caleb Downs does that makes him special is he is a floor, like the football equivalent of an NBA floor general on defense. Like,
Yes.
he will make sure everyone is in the right position. Everyone knows the calls. Everyone knows the assignments. He will make sure this defense looks professional. They also add Malachi Lawrence to stir up the defensive line. Like, I think their defense, well, it's not going to be a top 10 defense. It went from a bad defense to like, oh, this is a decent defense this
Yeah.
year. Offense isn't going anywhere. I do see the improvement, but like for me, they're going to play the Eagles twice.
Yep.
They're going to play. Actually, it's not that a tough division. Maybe I am
It's
too
not a tough at
Yeah,
all.
maybe I'm too low on them.
They're gonna sweep the Giants and the Commanders.
I got 8.5. So you have 11 and 8 versus 8.5. I think it's
Mhm.
more like 9.5, but like I've been shocked already about a couple of these. This is if it's 11.5 D, then you win this activity. Interesting.
Right in the middle, 9.5.
It's been switching, it says, between 8.5 and 9.5. So
enough.
it opened up at 8.5 and moved to 9.5. So people are taking the over.
They're saying that they're gonna have more wins, closer to a 10-win team
Yeah.
than they are as an 8-win team. Which that means I'm only
No,
one game off. Yeah.
I think the betting odds is around 9-win team because it's fluctuating between 8.5 and 9.5.
I think they're a 10 to 11 win. I don't want to admit it, but I think they were a 10
Smash
to 11
the over,
win team
D.
this season.
Smash
Yeah.
that over. All right, the last team we got today. This one's my favorite. This was one of my favorites to bring up because this is where I get a little spicy. Houston Texans over under. So I'll start us off with this one. 12-5 last year. Let me make the case for the Texans. I'm very bullish on the Houston Texans this year. 12-5 last year. Strength of schedule this year, 7.
Okay.
7th easiest schedule in the league, so they have a plus schedule. You bring in David Montgomery. You had no competent running backs last year. You bring in David Montgomery, who isn't flashy, isn't sexy.
Gets the
What
job
he's a
done.
damn good professional, get the job done running back. You go out and you start spending capital on offensive line play. They spent a first-round pick on Keelan Rutledge, guard out of Georgia Tech. Sign Braden Smith, right? You should expect better offensive line play, better run play. Here's the scary part, D. Houston, Texas defense, arguably the best defense. I don't know where they finished with DVOA, but arguably one of the best, if not the best defense last year. They brought back all 11 starters. Like, this team is going to be horrifying defensively.
Mhm.
And in theory, the offense should be better. I think the biggest question mark is CJ Stroud.
It's got to be.
And I've heard theories about CJ Stroud, his meltdown in the playoffs, and I think there's some validity to it. I've heard very smart NFL people discuss this. The idea of the dam breaking, meaning you go a full season dealing with pressure in your face for 17 games and some playoffs, getting sacks, just have no time to throw. At some point, mentally, you just haywire. And that is likely what contributed to an extent in the Patriots game where he just melted down. I don't think that's who CJ Stroud is. I also don't think rookie CJ Stroud is who CJ Stroud is. I think he's somewhere in the middle, but like with the skill players on offense, with that outstanding defense, this is going to be a really tough team. I mean, I didn't go as high as 12.5, but like 11.5 is where I ended up with the Texans.
With the stretch of where I think the Cowboys were going to finish,
I think they could finish with 13 wins, by the way.
Their schedule is going to be very favorable for them. They have, like you said, the scariest defense. I don't think people understand who was Ty just said that. I don't think people understand how scary Will Anderson is. like Lawrence Taylor scary. That brother's like flying up the middle. Like, I got to deal with him. And he's a coverage backer too. Like, the brother can pick the ball off. So yeah, I'm going to say it's closer to 10.5. I don't want to stretch to say 11.5, but I really don't think that it's going to be at a 9. So I'm going to have to say 10.5.
Yeah, I felt that strong that 11.5 should be the number. Let's see. What? I'm gonna put some money into my account right now and go take some over.
8.5.
9.5. This is easily a 10-win team next
They
year.
don't
That is
believe in Stroud if
insane.
that's the case, because their schedule is. I'm just looking
They
at
had
it. Middle
they
of the
had
schedule.
Stroud last year. They had Stroud
Yeah.
all of last year
As shitty as he played.
with a better team around him now. And last year they won 12 games. After, by the way, after starting like 0-3 or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. The slander on Stroud.
Good for me though. I said 10.5. I couldn't believe. I wouldn't believe in 9.5 though. I wasn't going to be able to do that.
No. Then I get 2. Ooh. So that's the end of the exercise, D.
Oh, let's finish it up. What happened?
You made a hell of a comeback.
Mm.
You were off by 7 wins total out of the 8 teams, which is pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I was off by 6 out of the 8.
Oh, close. So it was the Cowboys pick
So,
that
yeah.
doomed me.
The Cowboys pick sunk you. But other than that, man, you were doing very well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in. I'm very intrigued in how the season. There's a lot of storylines in the NFL this year. A lot of like, I'm not going to say make or breaks, but essentially like, there's going to be some movement on a lot of teams after this season. The way that it plays out, the way it should play out, doesn't play out in someone's favor. It's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of QB movement this season.
You know, we're about to go to closing takes in the show, but I just want to say, like, you notice like that smells in the air and like footballs around the corner. Do you notice how the show is just like
Close.
More energy between, like, we're both very excited.
Because I can talk ball all fucking day. Like nothing against basketball. I love watching basketball. I love playing the game, but my team plays at 10 o'clock at night. So it's a lot harder for me to have a lot of energy and like enthusiasm into a game that I'd like be half asleep watching. I watched the Saints game and I'm like, yep, we went up 17-7. Like it's nothing. Then they obviously pulled, the Jags came back and won. But like I looked at it, I was like, Shuck looked good. Okay, I'm kind of hyped about that. The defense, they look good. I'm kind of hyped about that. And then like I also watched other games that I had no business watching. Like I'm sitting here watching the Eagles play. I'm sitting here watching the Browns play. I'm sitting here watching the Chargers, the Broncos. Like I watch way more non-related football games than I do basketball. Like I will turn on a game and watch, even if it's, the Steelers versus the Dolphins, no dog in the race. I'll watch that game and be like, all right, cool. Let's see how Malik Willis is doing. Like that's something that I just will do. Cause it's great part of the year. Great part of the year. Worst part about July is baseball is the only thing. Yeah. Well, thankfully, like you said, Trudeau, we got by with being able to talk sports because of the World Cup.
Thank God.
If we were just sitting here watching the Nationals or talking Pirates the whole time, like, nah, we wouldn't have made it through there.
I would love a solo show of D just talking baseball.
Not a chance. I'd spend a lot of time on ABS though. I'll tell you that. I can't stand umpires, man. I hope they fire every single one of them. With what I see, I hope umpires are on the chopping block because I heard they're about to go on strike. Let them go on strike and just let the bots handle balls and strikes. Move forward.
All right, D, you ready to hit it?
Let's get it.
The show is coming to an end. But first, it's time to get to anything we've missed. It's closing time. 1 segment, 2 takes. Now go.
All right. Closing takes. Chance for me and D to get off one last take before we get out of here for the day. We can talk anything, other sports, pop culture. It's whatever we want to chat about with you guys. D, of course, we talked about football. So I'm gonna bring us back to the hardwood. You know how I do. I want to talk a little NBA. In particular, I want to talk about Russell Westbrook, who announced his retirement this week.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
He is one of, if not the most polarizing figures of our generation in sports. I know LeBron held that mantle for a long time as being the most polarizing, but throughout Westbrook's career, there was so much discourse in the media and conversation about how good he was or how bad he was. This and that. He's very polarizing, lots of opinions. Just want to lay out some of his accolades and maybe just get your opinion on Russell Westbrook as a whole. In his career, 9-time All-Star, 9-time All-NBA, 2-time scoring champ, 3-time assist champ, 1 MVP. In his time in Oklahoma City, he was a 23 point per game, 7 rebound, 8.4 assist guy. During his MVP season, 31 points a game, 10.7 rebounds, 10.4 assists. And oh, by the way, he finished top 5 in MVP voting 4 times, which was between 2014 and 2018. You know, was he the most efficient player? No. Did he directly drive wins to the point where like you could win a championship? No. But goddamn, he was a hell of a fun watch, man. That man played every single game, whether it was in the playoffs, game 52, or with his kids probably in the parking lot like it's game 7 of the finals. And there's something to be respected about that. Like, he played the game with a passion that not many players do. And I think he deserves some love and credit for taking that type of like attitude every time he, laced up the shoes. So love him or hate him, it's over. It was fun. Did it bring a championship? No, but I enjoyed the experience.
Russie will always go down as like, you hated him on the court, and now that he's gone, you will look back and go, wow, we did not appreciate his game as much as we should have. Like, we talked about him. People called him West Brick. Like, this guy was part of the trio that went to a championship, saw the band break up, and became Paul McCartney without the Beatles. Like, he was OKC in a franchise that was going to sink after losing KD. He's gone to the Warriors. Losing James Harden, he's gone to the Rockets, and he's left for dead with literally Nick Collison and nobody around him. And he won an MVP. The brother broke the record for most triple-doubles, went an entire season averaging a triple-double, like you just mentioned, like something that a 6'3" point guard should not be doing. Is like, his heart is not measured as much as his skill. And I think that's where people have a problem where, yes, it didn't translate into championships. I will publicly say I said his style of game is not going to win a championship. It ended up happening, obviously, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to diminish the way that he played the game, which was at 120% every fucking night. It didn't matter if it was a Tuesday in December or if it was a Sunday in April. Like, he was playing his ass off. So big shouts to Russie. Hats off. An incredible career. Easily a first ballot Hall of Famer. Amari Stoudemire got there. So, like, he's clearly a Hall of Famer. It just sucks that he went out the way that he did with the teams that he played for, but he tried to mentor those teams. Like, people try to crush him when he was in Sacramento, and he's like, I'm not going to let you do this. I'm going to put my, I'm going to give you guys my all while I'm out here. So big shouts to the way that he went out for himself.
Yeah, and I don't think he meant to cause harm. And what I mean by that is, like, he only knows how to play one way. And it's Russ Ball. And unfortunately, Russ Ball was a detriment to his teammates on the court. Like, he didn't raise the floor for other guys, being like a 10 assist point guard. It wasn't an assist that like raised his team's ability up. And I don't think he had any other way to play. Like, I don't think he knew any better. Like, that's how I play ball. Like, that's what makes me me. And it's tough to ask him to, like, hey, you got to do something different now. And it's like, I don't know how. I just don't.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, I just want to shout out Hip Hop in the chat. Thanks for joining. This is the definition of the insider, right? You know the meme? Look at me. This is Mike Vrabel. I'm the insider now, if you get my drift. D, what's your closing?
So I'm going to get something off my chest because I've listened to this shit for over a week, and it's just pissing me off because I called the brother QB2. He's never going to be QB1. Joe Burrow is always QB1. Jaden Daniels is pissing me the hell off with his issues that he has with somebody wearing number 5 at LSU. Are you following the story?
I've seen memes about like Jaden Daniel.
All right, so then let me fill you in then. If you don't,
because Shedeur Sanders gets his jersey retired.
So not just, it's not even the deal with Shedeur Sanders.
I know, it's just internet dialogue. It's stupid. Go ahead.
So DJ Pickett is an incoming freshman that got recruited by Brian Kelly. And part of his recruiting was, I'll let you wear number 5 if you come to our school. DJ Pickett is like a top 5 recruit in his class. So you clearly are going to allow him to wear the number that he wore in high school at your college. Brian Kelly leaves. In comes Lane Kiffin, and he gives him number 5. Jaden Daniels now is mad because he feels the number 5 was for him and wearing his Heisman, and nobody should be able to wear it that quickly. Well, I got fucking news for you. It's about the Tiger. It's not about the number, because those that aren't aware of it, there were greats that wore number 5 before Jaden Daniels. One of them being Skylar Green. Skylar Green was a freshman, nasty wide receiver, brought back the opening kick return for a touchdown against Oklahoma when they won their first national championship post the 60s. I was a fan of that. It's the reason why I wear number 5 is because of guys like Skylar Green. Then you had Jarvis Landry wear number 5. Darius Geis wear number 5. Not just the number 5, but that school traditionally holds a number to a standard for the type of player you are, which was the number 7. We start with Patrick Peterson. We start filtered down to Tyrann Mathieu. Then we got other guys like Leonard Fournette, Jamar Chase. I think Grant Delpit wore one. Derek Stingley. Stop me when I stop talking about all NFL players or people that dominated at LSU. And then they even gave it to an offensive fucking lineman in Will Campbell because it represented how dominant you were at the Louisiana State University. So Jaden Daniels, I know you ain't gonna hear this shit, but get off your fucking high horse. The number 5 is a representation of the school. It has nothing to do with you wearing your jersey number. If there is only one number to retire at the University of Louisiana State, it is the number 9. And what Joe Burrow did for the 2019 and 2020 LSU Tigers, 60 touchdowns, undefeated record in a national championship, not 7-5, missing the college football playoff and getting a Heisman. I appreciate what you've done. Granted, you are always going to be number 2 for me, always QB2, but get off this damn high horse of that's my number when it isn't. There were other people that made it just as famous, and there are going to be people after you that will make it even more famous. The only number that deserves to be credited as a don't wear my number is the number 9, clearly. Dog, it's so fucking aggravating. Like, that's all I hear. That's all I see is just like, oh, he's crying about, and like, that's my guy. Like, I will fight for this man. I almost bought a Commander's jersey. I don't think I'm gonna buy one, but like, that's my guy. And like this shit that's going around, I'm like, dog, get off of your high horse. Like, it's college. Pros is one thing, but I think I'm so against retired numbers because of Michael Irvin. Have you seen his? I'll say this last bit and then we're good. Have you seen his cut on retired numbers?
No.
He says legacy numbers are more important than retired. He's like, you want to know why? Because when you retire my number, and the only time that you actually bring me up again on a sports broadcast is Michael passed away today, flash to his jersey that's retired, back to the game. He's like, you know what's better than that? Legacy numbers. Because guess what happens when CeeDee Lamb catches a pass? Oh, it looked like Mike Irvin out there. When he drops a pass, oh, Mike Irvin would have never dropped that pass. He's like, I get my flowers every Sunday. That's why a legacy number is better than a retired number. And that's how Jaden Daniels should be looking at this as, hey, I won the Heisman. Let's see if DJ Pickett could go out there and be the first defensive player to win a Heisman in years, because Travis Hunter, offensive split. I'm talking about a defensive player to go out there and win the Heisman. Like, that's how he should have looked at this. Not, that's my number, you shouldn't wear it. Like, that's some, I could curse way more than we need to, but like that whole situation story is just aggravating.
Hey, man, if we could talk jerseys every day, we'd be the number 1 sports podcast in America, because goddamn, I've never seen you more impassioned about anything.
Oh, it's because it's my school, man. And like, it's football season. And like, I don't need these distractions. Like, just go out and play, brother. Just go out and play. Don't worry about that damn number. Every jersey I got there is number 5. You want to know the first person I wore it was Skylar Green, number 5 jersey out of LSU. And then it was Andre Johnson. It was all like, it just happened. Then it was Reggie Bush. Like, you didn't make 5 famous, brother. You're just another one to wear it. Ooh. Oh, damn.
I gotta cool you off, man. I'm
My
gonna
goodness.
just clear us down. You're on fire, man.
Hey, man. It's football season. It is back. We in full-fledged football season. So for those that are watching, thank you. We appreciate y'all. Love the comments. It makes it easier for us to do what we do. If you want to catch us live, make sure you hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Follow your boy DFrizzy_Frizz on Twitch. Also hit us up on our socials right there. The TikTok, Frizz and the Grizz. That's where you can find all these hot takes, these clips that I know that Trudeau's going to cut, splice, and throw it online so that you guys can make fun of me. I don't really care. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm damn near 40. If you want to catch us next day, Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever it is that you get your podcast. Website's not at the bottom, but it's frizzandthegrizz.com. Get it where you can get there, wherever it is that you want to. As we say when we getting up out of here, please, with what we have going on in this world, be a friend, say something nice. You never know what it could do for them. Make sure to take care of y'all mentals. Please make sure y'all take care of y'all physicals, take care of y'all chicken and y'all children, and we'll catch y'all on the rebound.
Where are we at in society today? Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid.